Miramar Business Academy soon. It's a great learning opportunity if you want to start a business or upscale your business. And if you are a Miramar resident and or business, you can apply, after you complete the program, you can apply for a pitch competition and you can be awarded up to $10,000 toward the implementation of your business plan. It's an online program. It's well-known. In fact, it has received national recognition. So you can get the information. The QR code is right there on the screen. So thank you.
Thank you. And without further ado, our mayor, Wayne Messon.
All right. How y'all doing tonight? All right, well, welcome to First Friday's Network and Chill, but I don't know if I'm at a funeral or if I'm at a First Friday event, so we're gonna try this again. How you all doing? Much better. Well, I'm Mayor Wayne Messon, and welcome to the City of Miramar, our Miramar Cultural Center. On behalf of the City of Miramar, we are honored to bring to you and present to you the First Friday's Network and Chill event. I'm not sure if I have any of my colleagues from the Miramar Commission present, but the funding for this event is possible because of our taxpayers who actually fund all of our operations here in the City of Miramar. Just a little bit about Miramar before I get to why we're doing this and why you all are here. We just passed our budget this past Monday, right? You all may not know that Miramar currently right now, we have about a $500 million budget. Miramar is the 13th largest city in our state. We're approaching about 150,000 residents. For those of you who came to our first two Network and Chill events, you would have heard me say that Miramar is ground zero as it relates to corporate activity in South Florida. We have more Fortune 500 companies that are either domiciled here, headquartered here, have some regional presence here than any city in the Tri-County area, all of South Florida. That includes West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and even the City of Miami. Our location is perfect. We're equidistant from Miami International, Fort Lauderdale International Airport, Port of Miami, and Port Everglades. We have the Turnpike coming through our city. We have I-75 coming through our city. We have excellent commercial parks that offers manufacturing, office, light industrial. So that is why Miramar has attracted so many businesses who see South Florida as a place to do business, because they can serve stateside, but they can also take care of the emerging markets in the Caribbean, South America, and the Caribbean. And when you look at our talent base, just look in the mirror at yourselves, because you are the ones that make all these corporations, large, small, and medium-sized, successful. So give yourselves a round of applause. Now, I know we don't live in a bubble, and I know this isn't a day we walk around and violins are playing and everything is sweet, right? So Miramar has a lot going on right now, right? Because we are very progressive. We think outside of the box, and we know who we are. We're a very diverse community. Yes. We're primarily made up of African Americans, West Indians, Latinos, and the balance is everyone else, right? And we want everyone to feel like if you choose Miramar to be a place of residence or your place of business, that this city is paying attention to you, right? So with all the dynamics taking place, everyone is eyeing Florida. Everyone wants to be in Florida, and everyone is coming to Florida. Good-minded people, well-minded people, and even the crazies are coming to Florida, right? But that has some consequence. Everyone loves our weather. Everyone loves everything we have to offer. And that is causing demand to increase. Property values are skyrocketing. Yes. Cost of living is escalating, right? While on top of that, we are dealing with all of the macro issues of disruption of technology and our economy, and all these things are going on. And those individuals who call Miramar home and businesses that call Miramar home are now under the pressures of disruption. and market demand. And there's going to be casualties of this economic war that will cause displacement for some of us. And I don't want that to happen. I know we have the skills, the resources, the talent, and the people for us to protect what is ours and to grow what is ours. Some of you are happy in your place of employment where you are, and this is to make you feel uncomfortable to say that. Build for yourself. Because when we can build for ourselves, we control our destiny. We can have a great quality of life, and we can influence our environment because we have the resources to do the same. So that is why I'm bringing forward this event, because I know you all saw the flyer and you saw a great guest today who's here, right? So if you came here to grind with me, right? You can do that after the event, right? Right? There's nothing wrong with connecting, right? There's nothing wrong with connecting in social activity. There's nothing wrong with connecting, right? But we want you to connect in an economic way. We want to let you know that we have resources for you when you want to make that jump, that leap. We want you to fly. We want you to soar. And we don't want you to be afraid. If you have a business, we want you to be able to grow. We have resources to be able to help you. But you have to help yourself. We bring the resources to you, but you have to help yourself. So if you came here tonight, if you don't exchange contact, that's on you. If you came here tonight and you don't meet one of our economic development professionals that stood up here and if you didn't recognize their face or remember their face, that's on you. And I'm going to put somebody on the spot to underscore why this event is important. I want to bring up Toon's Footwear. Where my brother at? He's almost as tall as me. He didn't know I was going to do this. He didn't know I was going to do this. He came to the first networking chill. And the brother, I'm telling you, man, he's all about his business. He even got his product under his arm, right? I was so impressed with this young man. The first night, the first event that we came, selling his, I saw his passion, right? He took a personal experience and created a business out of it. And I said, if you're hustling and you're grinding that hard, I want to buy a pair. Yes. I got my pair this week. Woo! I got my pair this week. Same color. This is an orthopedic shoe. And those of you all maybe are familiar with orthopedic shoe, they don't look anything like this. Your kids will wear this shoe, right? And I'm saying, brother, I think you're on to something. I know it's not going to be easy, all right? But we are here to do whatever we can to help make that journey a lot easier, to make that load a lot lighter. And I'll close with this. Because of that, I purchased this. So he didn't know I was even going to do this, but I'm just going to say, chase your dream. Yes. Chase your dream. It's little deposits of support that keeps people to keep going on, because it's not always, I'm a business owner myself. It's not easy, and there are some days it's tough. All right, when you got to make payroll, right? You got families that are depending on you, right? So we want to encourage you to support each other, because you meeting someone today and just patronizing their business might be that encouragement to help them to keeping on. All right. So my brother, keep pushing. Yes. All the best. Well, now don't make this a minute commercial. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to tell me who you are.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Michael Stover, CEO and founder of Toon's Footwear. The reason I started is because pain and pressure. You know, I lost a amputated toe, and my podiatrist said I had more orthopedic. They were ugly, didn't like how they looked, so I decided to turn it into a business, and here we are.
The only thing I asked the brother to do, just make some going and go over my floor to stay simple. let's keep I'm already behind schedule, I get going, I give a politician a mic, right? But at this time, Miramar, I want to have you to help me welcome, this young brother who everyone knows in regards to, you probably go down memory lanes, and you probably realize there's probably 20 years of hits, right? Okay, some of the songs that they've made, right? When we were in our prime, right? Our young, stupid, and naive days, right? They help us be, make some of our life experiences that we can reflect on, right? But with all of that success, what I'm most impressed about Spectacular Smith is how he expanded his success in business and how he has not only helped others become great, but just how he has executed his business plan and what he does as a business professional. And we felt that he would be a great example to bring to our community to help talk about his journey. He'll talk about how he was able to make his pivot to expand his success to what he's doing right now. I'm not going to speak specifically about his success. If you follow him on social media, you see exactly what he's done, how he's helped individuals, and you'll be able to share that experience. So, Miramar, help me recognize and welcome to our Network and Chill stage, Spectacular Smith. Well, the first thing I want to say to you, Mr. Smith, is thank you. Thank you for coming out. I mean, you trekked all the way from LA to the East, back to the East Coast, but we know this is home, so it's probably an excuse to get back to the crib, right?
Always great for that, man. I love this city.
Awesome. So thanks so much for coming out. I'm so glad you were able to say yes to the City of Miramar and our team who was able to have you come here to share your experience. And we had a chance to talk briefly when you first got here to let you know that you have before you some of America's most talented professionals, young creatives. I mean, we have businesses like we have this company in the back, Mind Gallery. They're doing some things with AI and their product that is just amazing. In the City of Miramar, we want to capture that. We want to help to make sure that these individuals realize their dreams. So welcome to the City of Miramar and welcome to this conversation. So I'll get us started by just letting you have an opportunity just to tell your piece, your South Florida community, hello, catch them up on what you're doing, and just for those who may not know your other side of life, to catch them up on what's going on with Spectacular Smith.
If you can hear me say yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, just checking. Man, I love it here, man. And I've been on this journey for a while as an entrepreneur. Of course, you guys fell in love with the music, but now I fell in love with the business and what I can do for others in their families as well, and teaching them frameworks and systems and things that's going to change the game. How many of you guys here have a business? Raise your hand. That's beautiful. So you're one conversation away. You're one connection away. I want everybody to put one finger up like this. You're one relationship away, one connection away, one conversation away from being the one that broke generational curses, the one that did the unthinkable, the one that did the thing that your parents couldn't do. Everybody say, I'm a generational curse breaker. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help with that process. I was a person that had my mom getting evicted over and over again, figuring out how she was gonna pay rent, was on government assistance, Section 8, WIC. We ate pineapples for dinner some nights. We lit candles because electricity was off. Now, my mom got creative. She found out how to keep the electricity on, but they caught her butt, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, we get creative. We was the first fundraisers. Pookie get locked up, you done raise the money by the weekend. Can I get an amen on that? All right.
Thought it gonna go fund me, right?
Come on now, the inventors. So we are super creative. We truly understand what we want. We have the brilliance, but we're just missing that one thing. It's either the who. The who is the one. Because when I went through this process, I didn't realize how powerful the who was. I was focusing on the what I had to do to make $1 million, what I had to do to make impact, what I had to do to grow. And the whole time I was asking a what question when I should have been asking a who question. And that who was the thing that changed my life, because that was the guidance, that was the mentorship. And we don't have to go through life trying to figure this thing out ourselves. We get in school, and that's why I get so angry in school. They tell us one answer to the question. And you can't, spec. Hey, why are you looking over there? Because I need help. What you mean? That's what I'm looking. Get over here and do it yourself. But tell me one problem that it takes you just to answer. Everything is collective. There's no one-man band. There's no I in team. And with my team, it's 102 of us. No, we just highlight 13. How many setups we just added? What AJ had? 17. Oh, damn. Big more people. So we're at 117 plus 2, carry 1. We're at 119 employees right now. So it takes more than just a one-man effort. It takes a community. It takes a team, right? And that's what we got brainwashed on, thinking we got to do it ourselves. There's only one answer to that question. But if I tell you to get here to this event, some of y'all took the highway, some of y'all was on a bike, because gas be tripping sometimes. Some of y'all walk, right? But everybody still got here. But that's life. Everybody has an answer that we can come up with together. So I want to just bring back the togetherness. You know how they say it takes a village to raise a kid? It takes a village to make millions. Like, I need you, you need me, we need each other. My resource is your resource. Your resource is my resource. And we create a family. Right now, a lot of these individuals here are going to be more powerful than your own relatives. You can't choose your relatives, but you can choose your family. The people that's going to support you, I guarantee you say, hey, I want to go see Spectacular Girl, please. And you end up here by yourself. Why? Because it has to work or it has to work. And you're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Can I get an amen? That's why you here, because you sick and tired of being sick and tired. You ain't going to do it, I'm going to do it. And that's the reason why I love the women so much, because they're stepping up. Women, give yourself a hand. Y'all are truly stepping up because you understand that I have the power to. You have the power to. If you look around, I mean, there's a lot of women in here. I mean, y'all, I ain't complaining now, I'm just saying. And that's the most beautiful part about it. You guys want more, and you're going to take it. You're going to make sure you do everything that it takes. And you're going to make it happen. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to give my resources. We was blessed enough to have an enterprise that made, out of 21 million companies, we landed number 262nd out of 21 million companies on a list of the fastest growing companies in America. And it wasn't me, it was my team. I have an amazing team, and my team is so amazing, and the culture is so beautiful, and they push each other. We're like family.
What's the company?
But if the company,
Yeah, if you just share what your company is, your brand, and what service you
I got you.
provide.
Cause I can start sending out invoices now. I can help now. Come on now. We can speed the process up now. But it's called Spectacular Academy. And it's where we help people build and scale their businesses, and we meet you where you are. So if you're just starting off, we have a system for that. If you are at 100K trying to get to 1 million, we have a system for that. If you're at 1 million trying to get to 10 million, we have a system for that. If you're at 10 million, want to get to 100 million, we have a system for that. Guess what we got? A system. So we don't talk over your head. We've been at every single level. And I know how to talk to you, and we have different structure because we know where you are and we can meet you where you are to best serve you. Because a lot of times when you get in different programs and different coaching and different schooling, they focus on one personality type. It's 16 different personality types. And you got to be able to cater to each and every last one of them properly. See, the ones that they put in a corner and they said, oh, that's the class clown, because he had now we call it a podcast mic. Before, he was the class clown. But now the D and F students are hiring the A students. So I want to give every system at every level to help you get through that process as smooth as possible. And then we have Awizar.ai. That's ADWIZAR.ai. And it's a sophisticated system that took everything I was spending so much money on. I was spending 20 grand a month just on tools and softwares. So now we have the ability to take all the software together to create AI employees. So you can get rid of customer service. You don't have to do that anymore. The AI would answer back to you. If you have a DM and it runs your DMs. If everybody DM me right now, everybody pull out your phone and DM me right now. I am spectacular on Instagram. I'm gonna start talking to you. And it ain't gonna be me. And it's gonna take you all the way through the process, invite you to my free training, and it's gonna help talk to you. And I'm gonna be like almost your buddy. It's people in my DM that be talking to my AI every day. I'm gonna start charging you for this now. And they having fun in there. They really going in there talking to it or whatever. He's always trying to auto-correct them back. It's like, hey, we don't make calls right now. This ain't spectacular, yep, but this is AI. And I'm going to help you. What you need help with. Tell me about your business. So we have things like that set up where we can insert it into your business, AI calls. We can make it where they can enter your information. The best thing that every business needs is leads. Every business needs more customers, more leads. So when you get these customers and leads, the AI calls them and have a whole full-fledged conversation with them. And then book the call with your setters or your closers to help take them across the finish line. Whatever product is tailored directly to them. So if you have a full menu, you train it on your menu of items, and then as it's having a conversation with you, it's gonna pick which item best serves you. And you ain't gotta do no work. It does all the work for you.
So, Spectacular did a great job in telling exactly what his company does, gave a glimpse, right? A high level of what his company does and how he can help your company. So I know what's going through a lot of our audience's mind is, okay, you're very successful in what you're doing right now. I know that what you're doing, you were born with it, you were wired. Even though you're entertained, this is you. You just don't do this. This is something that is innately in you. So when did you have the mindset and the thought to start this business? What was that trigger? How did that, at what point did it play in terms of your your career as an entertainer? How did you balance the two? And at what point did you get to the point where, okay, this is what I'm really going to do because this is what my calling is?
Great question. So I was actually an entrepreneur before I was an entertainer. But back then, entrepreneurship was the old white guy with the big baggy suit on, trying to sell you some sleazy car salesman. I was the businessman. It wasn't cool back then. So I never promoted that. But the the music was the thing in the forefront. But it was always in parallel, always. I was a kid where they had these little brochures and you get these bars of chocolates and they make you go sell them and then you win the prize. And this is the moment I realized that chocolate was good, huh? Yeah, I probably sold you one. Where you live at? So that's when I realized how important it was to work for yourself. Because I took $10,000 worth of chocolate in third grade and I went door to door and I sold every last one. I turned my candy in to get my brochure. They gave me a bubblegum beeper and a yo-yo. Played in my face. Wow. They say whoop-de-doo. I say, wow. So I told them, hey, okay. I said, listen, give me $20,000 worth of candy this time. I'm about to go crazy for y'all. They ain't see that money ever since. Anybody in the North Glade, don't turn me in now. I ain't like that no more. I changed my life. And I took that money, I opened up my own business. I opened up shop. And that's when I had 10 people working for me. And from that moment, I realized that I was selling out all this candy by the time I got to second period, 7 periods in middle school. Like Stevens, eh? And in that moment, for me, I was like, okay, well, I need more help. And this is a powerful moment for me, even at that age. When you need help, just ask for it. And when I asked for the help, I had 10 people step up and say, I'll do it. And I met them at the beginning of the school and gave everybody $25 bags of candy. My friend would pick me up in this broke down van. I would pack all of the candy up from Smart and Final. And I give everybody the candy. I said, hey, if you sell out more than 3 times a moment, I give you extra $5. He said, for real? Absolutely, brother. Get on out there. Go kill him, Johnny. And I was making $1,500 to $2,000 every single week at 11 years old. But this is the reason why I was doing it. My teacher didn't know why I was selling candy. I used to come home and see my mom crying on the floor because we had to get evicted. And I used to ask my mom, what's going on? What happened? She said, we gotta move again. I'm saying, why? We just moved like a few months ago. She said, I don't have enough. I said, what you need, Mom? She said, we short 900. Went under the mattress, came back, gave her 1,000. I said, is this good, Mom? She started crying again. I said, Mom, I ain't got no more. She said, I'm just so proud of you, son. And from that moment, she just melted my heart. I said, I never want to see a single mother go through that ever again. I am going to come and impact people, give them assistance, give them what they need to make wealth common and end it forever.
So a couple of nuggets. First, you got to find your why, right? Spectacular was more personal because it was at home. He didn't want his mom to not do without. So that was his why. The second nugget, all right? Oftentimes, we live in our bubble. Pride. We don't want to expand our network to ask for help. Asking for help doesn't mean that you are insufficient and aren't capable. You just need capacity. You need to put those tools to give you the capacity. And he learned that at a very young age. So, as you matured, grew, graduated from school, now you're an adult, making decisions for your life. When were you most fearful and what was your motivation to be successful? As a young adult, starting your entrepreneurial career.
The most fearful moment for me, you would think it's when I went flat broke, but it wasn't. it was a moment that I got a call from a guy who said he wanted to book Pretty Ricky. At this moment, I got kicked out of my dad's house. He lost all the money. No money to my name. We got in an argument. He said, you gotta get out. No clothes, no money, no nothing. Just my son and my fiance. And we're there. I don't know what to do. I don't have nowhere to go. I had to figure it out. And I got through that process. But then when I got that call to get a show in London, it's like, Mr. Smith, you know, we have this date, January 19th. Are you able to do it? I was like, oh man, I got so much going on. I don't even know if I can, my calendar was so booked. I don't know if I can make this happen for you. I got all the fun. I said, I see what I can squeeze you in. You know, I was broke as hell, y'all. I said, yeah, I was able to move some things around for you, but you owe me one now. And I got on that flight, y'all. I got on that flight, and I wanted to go collect that money. But that wasn't a moment for me. It was the moment that I got in the car, and the guy had booked me, asked all of my brothers to leave. And they looked at him like, all right, whatever, then we out. Got out of the car, one brother slammed the door. I'm like, yeah, bro, strong. So now he get out the car, the guy looks me right in my eyes and he says, God has a message that he gave me for you. He said, if you do these things for him, these are the things that's going to happen in your life. Amen. And if you agree, this is what he wants you to do. And he wants you to do this for him. And I looked at him and I agreed. But that's when I got scared. I don't know what the hell I just agreed to. I said, I do it, but I started, And then I started my company. And I took that little money I had, that money, I don't know, how many of y'all ever had some money and it just disappeared on y'all? Raise your hand. Yeah? Okay. That was me. But then my brother, it's something called sound exchange. And sound exchange is a way that you get paid off your streaming. So as an artist, back in the 2000s, they didn't have that back then when I got signed. So my brother, everybody got 20,000. It's like, oh, we got money coming. I was doing my business stuff, so I didn't really have the time to make it happen, but I figured it out. And I got it done. So when my check came, it was $65,000. I'm a giver. So I called my brother. I was like, hey, bro, they gave me $65,000. He said, oh, no, he took my money. I told him. So I said, bro, don't say nothing about me. Just call them. Just see if they missing your money. And just don't say nothing about me. I said, I'm coming over to the house. Stay down the street from me. Get in the car. He on the phone. As soon as I walk in the door, I hear him say, I know y'all took my money. Y'all gave my brother $65,000 and gave me $20,000. I said, I'm about to kill him. As soon as he hung up the phone, my phone started to ring. It's them. I'm like, hola, ¿cómo está? ¿De inglés? ¿Un poquito? He said, is this Mr. Smith? I said, yeah, this is me, you got me. And he said, sir, we sent you $65,000. You got to send $45,000 of that back. We were supposed to send you $20,000. I said, I got more money coming? They said, yes, sir, plenty of money coming. Take it from that, then click. And that was the money that I started my business with. And I took $40,000 of that and I gave it to Sean Kingston. And he started to make $40,000 a month. I took $20,000, gave it to Soulja Boy. He was my first rapper. Don't tell him that. And he started making $30,000 a month. I gave Bow Wow $30,000. He started making $40,000 a month. I gave Trina some money. She started making $65,000 a month. Like, Everybody was killing it, and nothing can explain what was going on with God. God was in the room, and he was leading my feet, and he taught me obedience is the most important thing you can do in your life. And when God is pushing you towards greatness, you got to be obedient, no matter if it's a sacrifice involved. You got to ask yourself, what are you willing to give to go on? And that's what I had to do. And it changed me because I was scared. I didn't know. But as I started to go through the process, it's called growing pains, because it hurt when you grow. And you can't grow with no pain. And a lot of times people stop when they feel the pain, and that's why they can't grow. And for me, once I realized that, I was getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. I said, you know what? I'm cool. Whatever God pushed my way, I'm gonna just push through and believe and trust and have faith the size of a mustard seed.
So what would you, go ahead. I get all scared to recognize God and understand, to accept that divine order, right? You just never know. I mean, you hear those voices, sometimes you just can't ignore it.
Hallelujah.
And sometimes it may not be voices, it may be people that give that message, like the message, spectacular guy. And that kick all his brothers out to say, if you do these things, right? So now you're not going crazy. You're not going crazy. There is some divine intervention there sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So what message would you give to the audience regarding addressing fear? That's really, I would say fear is the number one obstacle, the number one dream killer, doubt and fear. And that's because folks sometimes feel because I don't have all the answers. I can't check all the boxes. How did you address fear to continue to move forward? And what advice would you give the audience on how to address fear?
I love fear.
Wow.
My agreement was fear is when I feel it, I move towards it.
Yep.
Fear is not godlike. Fear is a strategy for the enemy not to give God what he wants.
Yes.
So when you understand that, I would never let the enemy win. Fear is always wrapped up in disguise. Your blessing is here. And whatever's inside of that, fear don't want you to see. So it keeps your hand tight like this and disguise your blessing as fear. So when you see it, you run the other way.
Yes.
But you got to be willing to let go is not for you in order to receive what is for you.
Oh, that's good.
Preach it.
That's
So
good.
as you saw the hands that were raised in terms of the business owners, I don't know the demographics of the businesses. You know, some may be just starting, some are very mature, very successful. I want to pivot towards having a conversation about believing in yourself, right? Feeling like I belong. This is my calling, this is my destiny, right? It's not taboo to want and to desire to be successful, to desire and to expect greatness. So let's talk about greatness in that, and making that normal, right? Because we should be feeling that is our destiny, that's what we should be, and that's the state we should be in. So let's talk about that mindset of just greatness and belonging.
It's one of the most important things you can have is belief. And to understand that you have the ability to do whatever you want, we're just choosing to do it for somebody else. But we can truly do it for ourselves if we push through the uncomfortability. And belief is so powerful to know that it will work. See, the universal law says anything you put time and energy into, you will get better at it. If I get into the gym and I'm the weakest person in there, by default of me being in the gym every day, I'm gonna end up picking up a weight. And when I pick up a weight and I pick that 5 pound up, if I keep lifting that 5 pound, I'm gonna get strong enough to pick the 10 pound up. And once I pick the 10 pound up, I do that enough, I'm gonna be able to pick up the 50 pound. Before you know it, I'm the most sexiest person in the entire gym by default. And that's the amazing part about it. When you surround yourself with the elements that make you better, you by default get better. If you're around a bunch of winners, all they talk about is impact and income and positivity and uplifting people and winning and making money. What? That's energy. But when you have someone that's talk about gossip, talking down, every time you talk to them, something negative happening, all they talk about is yada yada. Now you're like loser G. It is all transferable.
So when I picked out of that response, right, it's all about your environment and who you surround yourself with. Right? If you always or find yourself around naysayers, right? Those are dream killers, right? And sometimes that comes from people that are closest to you. Not because they're putting, salt on your game. They just don't understand. They're not in alignment with your dream. And sometimes our biggest dream killers are even our own family, because they may not understand your vision. They have not captured that, hasn't been given to them. So sometimes you have to pursue your dreams and make that bigger than the limitations of the love of even your own family, who I think just in nature and in heart is just trying to protect you from disappointment and potential failure. But there's no success without disappointment. There's no success without failure. Failure is just progress towards your end goal, as long as you don't give up. Right? So I do want to save some time, because I know there are a lot of questions out, in the audience. And as I was sharing with you earlier, is that these conversations really humanizes, the celebrity. Because, I think what's unique about you being here today is that you grew up just a few miles from where we're sitting, right here, right? I bring that up to say this, that you too can be spectacular, no pun intended, right?
100%.
You too. I mean, it started with something that was inside, that was a dream, and just the audacity to go after it. The audacity to say, I'm keeping these 45 grand. Yeah, you're supposed to give me 20, but you can take it out, that's supposed to come in the future. Right? Sometimes you have to do those type of incredible things to make it happen. Right? Just like he said when we started out, one conversation, right? One connection, right? You're 1 degree of separation, and you give up before you make that one contact? Come on.
Or you made the contact and never contact the contact. It's called a contact.
So I guess so let me put a bow around all of this, right? Because it's really, these settings is really driven and catered to inspire, right? And we want that inspiration to ignite you to take action. So my final question for you before we go to the audience is, let's talk about the just complete necessity to act, to move, to just put doubt, procrastination, to just take that step, to just do something.
My love language is action. You can't tell me how much you love me if you ain't taking no action on what you're telling me. And that's how you show love to yourself. You take action on your dreams that God placed in your brain. And we have an intentional God. Everything he does is on purpose. Everything. That idea he planted in your mind was on purpose. So are you going to avoid it and say, maybe next time? You know what the first lazy person in the world said? Tomorrow. Somebody say the time is now.
Time is now.
Somebody say the time is now.
Time is now.
Success love what? Somebody say speed. Success love what? You gotta move fast if you want to be successful. Because the moment that you wait is the moment somebody take your opportunity. Because the opportunity don't show up and stay long. It show up and go to the person that's ready to accept it. So if you're ready to accept that opportunity, and I truly believe that because that's why you're here. You wouldn't be here because you love my music, but probably a couple of y'all. But we're here to pour into our mind so we can grow our business, so we can impact lives, we can make a shift in our family to break generational curses, and we can do what we was put on this planet to do, which is to inspire, to live out your God-given gift and talent to bless others. And when you realize that when you pour into yourself, everything around you catch your overflow. And that's why it's important for you to be here right now, even though the people you invited didn't show. Appreciate that one, clap. And that's reality because we always do this. We say, oh, let me fill you up. Let me fill your cup. 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 And what you left with? Nothing. So your job and your sole responsibility is to pour into yourself until you overflow. No more emptying your half-empty cup to fill up others. Get you together first.
All right, so Miramar, I know many of you follow Mr. Smith on social media, right? You know, you're just thumbing through your Instagram, on TikTok, but you got him right here, flesh and blood. So here's your opportunity to ask a question, not a narrative, not a story, because we want to make sure that we are respectful of others who may want to ask questions. So get right to your question and ask questions so if I can have someone from the team to come around with mics to be able to identify those who, DJ Stan has some extra mics, so if we need to do that. So I'm right here, so yes, ma'am.
Greetings, everyone. My name is TC Atkinson, and back in 2021, we met in Puerto Rico, and you were sharing with us about the importance of taking a leap. And so today, I just want to know, what is one strategic leap that you would recommend the audience take after they leave here?
Great question. She's a great entrepreneur too. Give it up for her as well. You do millions in revenue, right? Yeah, she makes millions in revenue too. I make sure y'all talk to her as well. She's a great entrepreneur. And you joined my program too. I remember you took the leap on the spot. Everybody give us some love. Give us some love. What I would suggest everybody to do when you leave here, number one, is to talk to as many of you guys here as possible. There's a lot of power in this room. And if you are still talking to the person you came here with, or you've been talking to the same person you've been talking to the whole time you've been here, get uncomfortable. Go talk to somebody who you wouldn't normally talk to. Get out of your comfort zone because that's where your greatest resources lie. I gave my son access to my phone book. He started to check on me. He said, "Dad, you okay?" I was like, "Nah," because if anything happened to me, this phone book will get you $1 million overnight. All you gotta do is make a few calls. Those relationships are one of the most powerful things you can have. Relationships are currency. So every relationship in here, you wanna nurture it. hit them on Christmas, hit them on holidays, hit them on their birthday. This is a strategy I do. I will randomly talk to the person when I'm talking to them. So I talk my zodiacs or whatever, find out their birthday, boom, I put it in my phone, put their birthday in my phone. Something so small, and you reach out to them on their birthday, happy birthday. Oh my God, you remember, because half the relatives ain't remember. So now you stand out. You hit them on their Instagram, on their DMs, and you figure out a way to add value to them. You say, what do you need help with? How can I serve you? Or the biggest hack is knowing what they need help with, because you have a high EQ. High EQ is better than high IQ, emotional intelligence. So to be able to see what that person needs and just be able to proactively give it to them, you become a value add and people want you in their circle. So I would truly network. Don't say it just to say it. Like, get everybody's number, put notes in your phone, take a picture with each other so you're like, dang, who the hell is this Johnny? And then every place I go and I meet someone, I put it in the description, the place I met. So if I can't remember the person, I will put network and chill in the description. So now that pop up and all of my I got over 12,000 contacts in my phone. Every last one of them have keywords. So if I want magazines, all my magazines will pop up. If I want to talk to radio stations, all the radio stations pop up. If I want to talk to Power Circle, that's everybody who makes over $10 million in my phone. Then I got Genius Circle for everybody who make over $100 million in my phone. So, and then I have an asterisk for all the women. So if I need to say Happy Valentine's Day, I can send a message to all the women. If I need to say Happy Mother's Day, I put 2 asterisks if they got a baby or not, because then I want to be saying Happy Mother's Day. I ain't got no kids. So that would be great for you to take action on, and it's just a cheat code to change my life. And I do that.
So relationships, nurture them. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Celine Sanjuan, born and raised, 30 years, retired Miami-Dade Collections. Okay. And I'm actually doing something I don't normally do. I don't really ask questions, but I wanted to know, from where you come from, where you are. Give us an aha moment and a time that you had to pivot.
Yeah, so it was a time where all of my employees was quitting on me. And I didn't know what was going on. And I was just trying to figure out. My lead sales guy quit. He was running my whole sales team. I had like 12 salespeople underneath him. Then my marketer started to talk back and just like acting real spicy. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And then she quit. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Then my head of my director of content quit. I said, you know what? I said, come here. She quit. I said, you don't quit. I don't want to hear that. Bring your ass back to the office. I said, you don't quit nothing. You quit telling me you quit. Sit down and tell me what happened. And then that's when she exposed that the office manager was poisoning the rest of the staff while she was still in the office every day. She would call meetings and put cancer everywhere because one of the leaders in the organization said something to her that she didn't like, and she felt like she was going to be vindictive and take the whole company out. But that gave me a moment of realization. If that can happen to me, I wasn't a good leader. So I took ownership in that. I didn't blame her. I blamed myself. I said, how can I do better? That if somebody tries to do this, they come to me and was like, you won't believe what just happened. Because I'm that much of a great leader, you would never want to see this company go down because this company is your company too. I used to be like, yo, this is my company. I'm the boss. If you gotta tell somebody you the boss, you ain't the boss.
You're not the boss, bro.
And I had to learn all these things, and I didn't understand. I didn't learn all of these things from anyone. I had to learn it through experience, and I had to pivot into being a better leader, not a boss, but a leader, where I figure out what are the things that inspire them, how to talk to them correctly, how to motivate them when they make mistakes, how to give them real feedback, how to give them a celebration, not level one celebration, like, oh, great job. Like, no, great job on staying up all night and getting that done and taking this across the finish line. You see the difference? So now you're encouraging the accountability, you're encouraging the effort, and you're rewarding the thing that you want to amplify. So I had to learn all of this stuff. And I learned it being a part of groups like this, joining different organizations with high-level individuals, and I asked them questions. You know, some people doing 100 million, some people doing 50 million, right? And at this time, I'm a video company, and I'm just learning from soaking up game, and I'm learning from my peers, and just being open-minded, being able to ask that question, because you'll never forget what I'm telling you. But you ask the question. Closed mouth don't get fed. And it's time to eat.
Thanks for stepping outside of your comfort zone and asking a question. All right, any other questions we have? I saw a couple of hands up. Yes, ma'am. Well, let's get your mic so everyone can hear, so. Right.
Hello, good night, Mr. Spectacular and Mr. Mayor, good night. So my question for Mr. Spectacular is, if you had to start a business from scratch and needed to attract a steady flow of clients while becoming a recognizable brand in your city, what is the most powerful strategy you would use to build visibility and trust fast?
Everybody give us some love. Yeah, it's simple, honestly. It's not easy if you don't know how to do it, though. But I'm gonna give you the game. First thing I would do is I will find a celebrity in the city that I can partner with, and it automatically give you the credibility that you don't have. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. So it's called guilty by association. That goes for positive things and goes for negative things. It's both sides of the coin. Oprah did this very well. She interviewed the most powerful people and made herself powerful by default. So you take that, it's called the Oprah effect. That's what I call it. I don't know if it's the name or not, but it's the Oprah effect. And then I would take that, and then I would put an address on where you want to target, and then I would do an advertisement 25-mile radius from that address I put in. I would do Facebook ads. How many of you guys ever saw my ad here? Raise your hand.
Latrina, bro.
So, but that's what I would do. I would run the advertisement, because guess what happens when that happens? You become a local celebrity. Now when people see you in the stores, they go, oh, I saw you. But they don't know you just did 25-mile radius. It's only 70,000 people, 25-mile radius. And if you do a campaign based off of viewers, it's 1 cent a viewer. You just hit everybody for $700. And now everybody know your name and your face. And then what I would do is I would send them to somewhere that they can get something for free. Like, I'm gonna do that with y'all. It's a lead magnet. So you give them something that's valuable to them, they get it for free, you get their phone number, their email, and then when you get their phone number, their email, and their name, now you have the ability to contact them. Now you got hundreds of leads, thousands of leads out of 70,000 people. Let's say only 10% of them gave you their info. You just dominated your whole city. And now when you do an event, you can text blast that event, you can email blast that event, and my software does all of this. That's why we have it, because people like you need it, and make it simplified, where you can come in and you can just blow it up right then and there, and you can start building that trust in your city.
Good question. Yes, sir. Let's get you on mic right there.
entrepreneur. So this is spectacular. First of all, that was a great question and great answer. My question is more, piggyback on what you just said. You mentioned interview someone, a celebrity in your town, in your city. My name is Greg, and I have a podcast by the name of Legacy Builders. Legacy Builders is, I get a little nervous within the first 6 seconds of talking in front of a large crowd, but give me a moment, I apologize. Yeah.
You got this.
Legacy Builders is geared to highlight individuals who are leaving lasting legacies and being intentional about it. Because the reality is, whether or not we are intentional about leaving a legacy, we're gonna leave a legacy, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
So on my platform, I recently launched my first episode in where I told my story and who I am so people can connect with me. I could just be just a random person. So I interviewed myself, as I was telling you, Mayor, moments ago. I interviewed myself. Just like you guys are sitting next to each other, it's like me sitting next to me. Legacy Builders, Legacy Build.
You got a question or just a promo?
My question is, hey, I love it. My question is, would you be a guest on my platform?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir. And with that, I will leave in action, and I'll pass the mic, and I'll connect with your team. Thank you, sir.
For a small fee.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Spectacular, nice to meet you. My name is Giselle Pons, I go by Gigi. I'm a doctor of nursing practice. I just opened up my regenerative orthopedic office 3 months ago. I'm basically interrupting a problem in orthopedic healthcare. I'm trying to be bold and trying to be receptive to this issue and trying to create
Let's say
awareness.
it again and remove the word try.
So my question to you, since I'm trying to interrupt.
Say it again, remove the word try. Say it again.
I am interrupting a problem in healthcare, in orthopedics. And my question to you is, what do you recommend for me to be able to scale my business to create awareness to a complex issue that is both bold and professional and that is not offensive to, the area?
What's the pain point of your business?
What's the pain point? I'm trying to I'm going to interrupt the problem, like I said. The issue is that what the services that I provide in my office are not covered by insurance. That's my biggest barrier.
Mhm.
So as these problems are not covered by insurance, what happens that a lot of orthopedic offices have the leverage to charge whatever they want for these services that are not covered. And I'm interrupting that problem by making these services attainable to society, right? Basically, the services that I provide are like plasma injections. I do hyaluronic acid injections for joints, especially like knee and shoulder. I do shockwave therapy, focal cryotherapy. But insurances see this as aesthetics. They see it as a luxury service.
Yeah.
So I have to operate on a self-pay model. So I want to be able to create awareness to prove so that, insurances don't see this as a, luxury, but to be able to cover it. So these services are attainable for people because they have to charge, and pay for it,
I
self-pay.
got you. So does any insurance cover what you're providing?
Nothing.
So what I would do is I would find a funding partner, and it would scale, whatever you're doing with 10x everything you're doing. It's either a buy now, pay later, or just a funding partner that they can split the payments. So how much is your highest product?
Depending, probably like a plasma injection.
How much is it?
I charge $295, but people charge way more than that.
$295?
When I tell you that I'm interrupting the problem, I'm making it super attainable. I'm beating everybody by a landslide.
So if it's that affordable, is insurance an issue?
That's a problem that they're not covering it. They
So-
refuse. No, it's insurance. They don't cover it at all. Period.
No, so listen to what I'm saying. Okay, all right, well, I got something. All right, so watch this. You see this right here? How much would you guys buy this from me? Zero? Damn.
It's dry if it's sweaty.
All right, so zero. Now, here we go. So watch this. So what if I told you that this same cloth was the cloth that Michael Jackson wiped his glasses with before he passed and he gave it to me? How much would you buy this for now? Y'all trying to say Michael Jackson worth more than me? You see what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta die. So now watch this, it just went from nothing to 1,000, right? So now, what if I told you that Michael Jackson signed this right in his back? How much would you pay for it now? 100,000. See, this is your product. Right now it's worth nothing to nobody because they don't see the value because you didn't paint it. So once you paint the value, it goes from I'm not willing to pay for it to now they like, well, I give you 100,000. I ain't fighting each other like I 100,000, one nickel. Like they just try to fight over it because now the value is see, people buy based on perceived value. I just had the perceived value that Michael Jackson, the perceived value went through the roof. Before I painted the value, it was nothing to them, even though it's the same exact cloth. That's your business. Once you paint the value, they will beg you to pay that money. You are.
Hello, beautiful, by the way. Hi, I'm LaQueen Davis. I'm also a startup entrepreneur here in the area. I'm from Miami. I'm from Miramar, Florida. Sorry, I'm not from Miami. You are. Shout out to Miami, though. My question is, what are some certifications or some soft skills that you feel like a startup business owner or entrepreneur need in order to run a successful business?
You say soft skills?
Yes, like, are there any certifications you think someone should acquire to start up a business, or like should they go to business school? What other
Come to Spectacular Academy.
Spectacular Academy? Okay, thank
We help
you.
people. I don't truly certifications and all that. Like we have our own certification programs, but truly you just gotta be a certified action taker. If you have that certification, everything else certified don't matter because that's the one that matters, that you can have an idea and take action on it and then take the results based off that idea and what you did to learn on what did not go right. Take that as data to now improve it and then make it better. That's the thing that makes a real entrepreneur an entrepreneur. Because so many times we wait for this business plan and we gotta map everything out and we gotta the approximation of the declination and by the time you launch the product, you realize nobody don't even like it. So you just did 6 years of prepping to drop a flop. Or for 6 days I dropped it as soon as I had the idea and I threw it out there. Unperfect, perfectly unperfect. And then everybody gave me any feedback. Oh, I don't like this, I don't like this, I like this, I like that. Remove everything they don't like, keep everything they do like, add and tweak on what they feel like you can improve. All of a sudden, you got a working prototype. And then by the time I get to 6 years, after the person finally got their blueprint together, their business plan to launch it on the 6th year, I'm 6 years of making mistakes, tweaking, editing, making it better. By the time I hit my 6th year, I'm a multi-million-dollar company, and you just launched your product.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice talk there.
I got a question. Question over here.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Mr. Spectacular. With 2026.
First of all, those of you, state your name. State your name, yeah. Let folks know who you are.
My name is
Mark what?
So with 2026 vastly approaching, right, and I know we all have dreams and aspirations out here, but based on this, what do you guys recommend entrepreneurs and business owners should tackle for the next year coming up? Kind of industry.
Hands down AI. If you're not indulging in AI right now, you're gonna be out of a job or out of a business the next year or two from now. It's either you use the AI or get replaced by the AI. It is changing the game. Hell, I saw AI doing a haircut. I'm just joking, y'all, but I'm just saying that it won't surprise you. It's not that far off. It's not. It's not. But it's serious, y'all. I'm making a joke out of it, but it's really serious. If you see the things that my team are doing with this AI, it is remarkable. Like, I told them that I said, I'm willing to give up the CEO role. I said, who want this CEO role? Because I need to go on vacation, because this thing is just gonna help me. I don't have to do no work. It can do the training for you. It can take your own pictures. It can do the videos for you, everything. So the commercials for your products, the content on your social media, the images on your social media, your staff, your sales team, all of that stuff can be covered by AI and take your business from this much overhead to this much overhead overnight.
Yeah, that's an important point. And this past February, I had those of you, are you familiar, John, with the brother John O'Brien? Like, we had a similar fireside chat, and we were talking about AI and the importance of our community, people of color, of understanding the prospects, the promise, and the future. No other time in human history has there ever been an opportunity where everyone is at ground zero. There's no generational advantage of other communities in an industry because it's so new, it's so fast evolving. And AI will touch every aspect of your personal and your professional and business life. So the quicker you learn it or leverage the tools and the power of AI to interrupt and to disrupt a market that you may not even be an expert in. Because in anything, business is meeting a market need. There's a lot of questions about, okay, what should I be doing? There's so many market needs because there's always a better way of doing something. So there's always going to be a market need. So it's a matter of coming up with the right solution for that market need, making it a business that can be monetized, and something that can be scaled to take it to the point where a profitability and to greatly serve that market need.
I want to add to that. If you run a business and 80% of you guys raised your hand. Everybody got a business. I even saw a lady outside raising her hand, and I'm on the inside. Every department you have should have something to do with AI in that department. I tell my team, don't even come to me first. Go to AI first. If you can't solve with AI, then come to me. Nobody comes to me no more because they have the information at the tip of their fingers. So the customer service need AI in it. The sales team need AI in it. The marketing team need AI in it. Every last one of these AIs, even ChatGPT. How many guys got ChatGPTs right here? I want every last one of y'all to name your ChatGPT. What's your name of your chat? Roxy. Okay. Chatty. Mine is Nova, right? I actually say, hey, if you was a human, would you be male, female, non-binary? What would you be? So I'd be a man. I said, I bet, bro. What would be your name? My name would be Nova. All right, cool. I Nova. And remember this. And let me give you a quick AI hack. A ChatGPT has 100 data points that it can save, 100 things to its memory. It only saves to its memory what you tell it to save. So you're training it based on the brain you want it to have. So if you take a PDF of let's say it's a book that you absolutely love. Let's say if you're a relationship coach, you go save the PDF file of the 5 love languages. And you say, hey, Nova, save this to your memory. Now you just saved that all the knowledge that now you're going to utilize is coming from that book, like you are the author. And now that is a strategy that you now have to fill in this brain with all the information that you're putting in, and you're making it learn. So I like to put my avatar in there. So I put, what do they like to watch? What do they like to eat? What books they like? I named the avatar. My avatar name is Erica because that was one of my first millionaire students. So I want more millionaire students, so I call it Erica. So this is the profile of Erica. So before I put out any content, I know it's going to go viral before it goes viral because I make it rated as Erica. I said, hey, listen to this script and rate this from 1 to 10 as Erica. And they said, man, I was trash. Back to the drawing board. And I said, all right, well, make it a 10-10 for me. And then it'll make it a 10-10. And then I'll go and I'll say the script. And guess what happened? 100,000 views just like that. And it worked so well. So if you have information, you got a customer list, you got psychographic, geographic, demographic, upload it to your chat GPT, say, remember this. And then train it on what you wanted to train it on. And it is a game changer for your business. Trust and believe me.
All right, we got this brother, then followed by the sister who's been raising her hand.
How you guys doing? Good night, Mr. Mayor. Good night, Mr. Smith. I'm a student at St. Thomas University. I have 2 semesters left. And the question I have
Your name?
Divorce role. The question I have for both of you guys are, if you guys have to start your careers over in my shoes with 2 semesters left in college, what would you do and like how would you break ground to become successful as you guys are today?
You go first.
Well, I think if I had to start right now, right, I would pick up where I just started from. Okay, like when you think about like every market, no matter where I go in this world, right, you got service providers in every industry, right? No matter, I'll just take one example. You go somewhere, there's some family or some business that is the local Coca-Cola distributor. Right? Coca-Cola just does not pick any distributors, whether you're in Kenya, China, United States, you gotta have resources, right? So that family that owns that business or that family office that has that business had the resources to give Coca-Cola the confidence. So in this environment, like I said before, I would find some solution in artificial intelligence that will revolutionize something, right? Starting back from, if you take Zuck with Facebook. On a college campus, he created an online community that just grew, and it's like billions of people, right? Okay, so what is that future industry that doesn't even exist that I can use technology where I'm ahead of everyone else because money is going to follow the next big thing that people see promise. Big money is moving money to the next big thing so that they can grow their money. And I want to be that person, to be the catalyst to create that next industry that doesn't exist, that money is funding so that I can kick back like Brother Smith, chill, retire, and just be cool.
Yeah, for me, first of all, everybody give it up for your brother. You might not want to hear what I want to say, but I just think school is a scam. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like for me, the way that it's structured, until they change it, they're not gonna convince me. Everybody that I know, for what they went to college for, they're not doing what they majored in. And then they get stuck with the debt for something that didn't work, and it's the only thing that can get wiped off of bankruptcy. It's one of the only things. But why? If it was so good, they would have a money back guarantee. But why wouldn't you give it a money back guarantee if you don't know if it's gonna work or not? So to me, if you don't believe in your own product, then why should I believe in your product? But I truly believe if the same effort put in that school was put into a mentor that can guide you through the process, you will get where you gotta go way quicker than learning based on theory than actual tangible blueprints that's working today.
So the hour is coming to when we got about, we're gonna take 2.
He said, school is scam, let me write this man up right quick.
No. I don't necessarily disagree. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I mean, obviously, some basic level of education, Other thing I probably add is that, learn the basics, right? Have good credit. right? Have good credit, right? Be marketable, right? Because at some point, you want to get to the point where your financial IQ is allowing you to structure deals so that your ability to pay the things that you borrow is on good ground, right? Okay? Folks don't want to deal with folks who don't pay back their obligations, right? So understanding that. So protect your credit, right? Big good credit, ladies and brothers, right? Okay.
Good
So-
credit is an integrity
Yeah,
score.
so that's like that. So you need basic level of education, good credit, being able to network, right, and be able to solve problems. All right. So we're gonna have. This young lady has been asking forever. Okay, forever. This young lady. All right.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Hello.
My name is Lisa Royal, and I own a small company. My question to you is, I asked a lot of questions, and the advice I got was not to be the face of my product, have like someone else to be anonymous, so that you create this kind of illusion of someone powerful behind it. So do you agree with that? Should you be the face of your product, or should someone else be the face of your product?
I truly believe you should be the face of the product. If you look at, name some billionaires in the world that you know. Mark Zuckerberg, who else? Elon Musk, who else? Come on, name one more. Who else you got?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. All of the faces of their brands. We gotta start moving like billionaires right now to become a billionaire. That's what's missing. And once we start to look at in order to become wealthy, you gotta learn from the wealthy. That's what it takes. And you don't even have to be around a person to mentally start thinking like them. We have something in my company called What Would Sensei Spec Do? They call me Sensei Spec. And you can literally think just like me, because you were like, okay, before you answer that question, if you said, what would Sensei Spec do? What would your answer would have been? You would have answered the question. You were like, what would Sensei Spec do? Yeah, he'll probably tell me I need to be the face. And you can literally get the answer.
What I would add to this is check the source. Whoever told you that, are they a billionaire? Are they a successful business person? Right? So you just gotta, just know the source. Know the source and see what they have done. Because there's a lot of advice givers who haven't done. So just know the source.
I want to say this too to add to that, because I feel you, Queen. I'm gonna give you something that I did. When I first got started, I felt like nobody would believe in me. And I thought that if I put my face on this, people not gonna want it. So I Googled a random guy named Ryan off Google, and I put him as the CEO of my company. And I put me as a strategic partner. No, it was a strategic strategist or something. I wasn't even a partner. And I put myself third down the totem pole, so when I'm talking about it, it sounds bigger than what it really is. That's what I thought. But when I hit my first million, I say, shit, man, get your rhyme button on that. Change my name on my business card. I say, just promoted myself. But I had to change my mindset, because it really wasn't Ryan, it was me in my own way, feeling like I was not able and I felt inadequate. And I felt like I wasn't the one, but I was the one. And I stepped up to that plate and I said, I am him. And I'm introducing me. And it changed everything for me. So you gotta believe in your product, you step into it with that faith, and anybody that comes to you and they buy from you is meant for you. And everybody that's not meant for you, they will come to you. You'll find your people will find you.
All right, final two questions. This sister here and the sister right there in the orange or red tie. All right, good question, right to the question. How are you? Good.
All right, I don't have a question, but I also just want to take this time for appreciation and gratitude. My name is Charles, by the way, and I want to just thank the City of Miramar and the procurement team for all the contracts and businesses. You guys opened up the small businesses.
Give it up for Miramar. Let's go.
Especially because I grew up here as a young child. And then I also want to thank you, Spec, as far as your mentorship. I've been going to Switach Academy since.
Hey, give it up for the star in the building. Let's go.
Because you allow us to scale our business.
Thank you. Thank you. Our final question.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Hi, everyone. My name is Pisagay Hardy. I'm a fractional chief financial officer. I am based here in Miramar. I'm Mr. Smith. I just wanted to know, what is your leadership style when it comes to building your winning team? It seems like you have. And the second question is, can I take a picture with you before you get whisked off?
Oh, yes, that was the real question.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my leadership style is do what I say, do it, you fired. I'm just joking. He lying. For me, honestly, my leadership style is for what do it now. He said, now, girl, go. All right, I got you after the question. I got you. So I would say for my leadership style is I lead with empathy, and I knowing that if I was in the same shoes when I made the mistake, that would save you a lot of reactions. If you say, if I was doing this, could I have did the same? Everything. And then responding in a way that still corrects the issue. Because things used to happen. I was like, yo, what the hell, bro? Like, what is this? What was this? Like, what? Why? Oh my God. God damn it. And I used to just like go crazy. But then I realized that didn't do anything. It made the person feel small. And then they didn't want to work anymore. So at the same time, now I realize that stuff happens. And when you really just throw your hands up and say, hey, bro, things happen. And I can see how you could have made that mistake. Let's just do better. And one of my biggest cheat codes with leadership is coming together as a team and saying, what worked, what could we have done better? Huge. Like right after this, I said, what worked, what could we have done better? I said, well, you said this, or you said that, or you could have did this better, because every great leader could be better. And I even asked my team, how can I be a better leader? I done said that to them before. And the truth is, you can always be better and serve them the way that they want to be served. Everybody has different personalities. What will motivate one person will motivate the other the same way. So you got to figure out what motivates that person. A lot of the top CEOs, their IQs are high, but their emotional intelligence is way higher. Way higher. And when you get the emotional intelligence, it changes everything. It was one time, and I'll land on this. It was one of our team members. She was not doing her work, and she was missing stuff, and somebody was checking in from the Philippines. It was, oh, she trying to be sneaky. She trying to get somebody else doing work, and she on vacation or something. And I was just like, no. Something is off. She was like, well, she has been messing up, and she's doing this. And the first reaction, my team was like, yo, let's fire her. But I said, no, something is off. I said, has she been doing this before? She said, no, this is not like her. I said, let's talk to her. Come to find out, her husband was beating her and she was hiding from him. But the average boss would have went in there and like, yo, you're fired. You're messing up and you need to get your stuff together. But I knew something was off. My EQ is so high, I knew something else was happening. I dug into it, revealed that, and like, listen, if you want to come out here and stay, we'll put you in a hotel and we'll help you out with that. And whatever else you need, our support, we're here to help you. And if you need time off, just let us know. She started crying and she figured out how to get from around him, and we made the transition for her, and now she's one of the greatest freaking employees on the planet. So awesome.
Before we wrap up, the first lady said, come on up, take your picture. Right? real quick.
Special request. We want to honor your special request.
All right. I told y'all that was a real question, right? Miramar, let's give it up for Steph. Any final closing remarks you want to give to the city of Miramar?
Yeah, we talked a lot about mentorship. How many of you guys would love me to give you guys something for free? Raise your hand. So what I want to do is I want to give you my Millionaire Mentor Playbook. Usually it's $200 for this, but I'm gonna give it to you guys for free. All you gotta do is go to iwantmillions.com. iwantmillions.com. You want it? All right then. Go to iwantmillions.com. Get the playbook. It's for you guys for free as a gift from me to you guys. And I want to be able to give back not only to my city, but hopefully I'm looking to create spectacular academy prep for the kids from 7th to 12th grade. And I want to do it right here in this city, and hopefully with the help of the mayor.
Oh yes, we got that already on the show. We where's brother from Miramar High School? You may have left her, but actually okay, yes. So yeah, Thompson. So the Miramar High School has an entrepreneurial program with the students at Miramar High School. They actually provide business services to the community. That's how they're teaching the kids. So we're gonna make that, at least start those introductory conversations and see how we can collaborate right here in the city of Miramar. So let's give it up. Let's give it up. We're running on time before we take our final stage photo. This is my vision for our city. Okay, first, mark your calendars, October 30th. We have the 10th of my administration, my tenure as mayor, State of the City. If you haven't been to the Miramar State of the City, you don't know what you're missing, because when I say that, not about me, no, it's about you in this community. We're talking about the journey over the last decade on how we grew together. But really, what is important is where will we be as a community 10, 15, 20 years from now? What are our challenges? What are our opportunities? And what you need to be preparing for to help us to get there. So because if all of you all who said y'all want millions, right? All y'all who said who want millions, if you're saying you want millions, I'm saying you're thinking too small. Why not change that M to a B? Right? That's the mindset we're talking about. So really,
I want y'all to go to iwantbillions.com.
But specifically for our business community, we've already planted the seeds for our Miramar Innovation Center. All right? So there's a lot of work to do as relates to getting the resources to get it to that vision. But the programming is starting now. This is actually part of that program, making these connections, letting you be aware of our economic development and housing department that has so many resources, right? We want to bring your ideas as you are getting You're connecting with individuals like Speck and his firm to get you to that area. But we want to take you even further. We want to get you in those circles, in those networks, these conversations that we see and we know about. We know the movements that's coming. We know companies that are coming into our community that's relocating to the city of Miramar. We're the #1 city in South Florida for business relocations. We're competing with Houston, Nashville, Atlanta. We're coming to Miramar. You all need to be at the table, but you need to be prepared. And we want to help you get there, right? Do you believe you can do that? Yeah. Right? So stay engaged with your city. Come to the State of the City, October 30th. It's going to be at 6:30 at the Miramar Park of Commerce. So if you follow the City of Miramar, follow my page, you'll get those notices to know the address, because you need to be a part of these conversations so you can know. I remember my first state at the city, and I was telling people, if you can find something in East Miramar, a house for $150,000, you better get 3 of them, right? Can you find anything close to $150,000 anywhere in Miramar, right? Right? So those are the dimes that will be dropped, but if you're not at the table, right, you can't eat, but even worse, you're on the menu. I'm serious. I'm serious. So thank you all for coming out this evening. I want to give a big up and big shout out to our economic development staff. Let's go. Let's give a big special shout out to our culture staff that have been serving us during this event with us food and drinking and having. And I got a big smile on my face because Angela came out. She was out of town. I didn't know she was going to show up, and I'm glad to see she made it. She ain't gonna do that, but anyway. But yeah, so we have time. You don't have to leave immediately. Network. Get a chance to connect with each other. All right. I know a lot of you have Speck here, so get a chance to see him before he leaves. But more importantly, connect with one another, because that's where the power lies. Because these are your brothers and sisters right in our community that can help you grow and help you get to that next level. So thank you all coming out. Thank you, my brothers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna say this last thing because I'm not gonna be able to talk to everybody. But if you guys feel in your soul that you want to join my community, just DM me. I am spectacular on Instagram, mentor, and then my AI help y'all out. Let's put that thing back on. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.